What is up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt, the podcast where Derek and I discuss all kinds of stuff. And this one's going to be a little bit of a different episode, but it still falls into the same kind of categories that we discuss, which is generally just entertainment as a whole, but mainly the stuff that we are entertained by, of course, because otherwise we wouldn't really have any talking points. So today,
Everything bores me.
yeah. So, we're going to be talking about a little game that you may or may not have heard of, a little tiny game by a small indie group, and it's a game called Helldivers 2. Not small at all. But,
Dude.
this game blew the fuck up.
Yeah. Before we get super in depth, I just want to break down the games that I'd been playing before this came out. Okay, there was RoboCop Rogue City, which I know everybody loved except for me, apparently. I had a lot of issues with the game and thought it was terrible. And then Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. It's not as bad as everybody says it is, but also at the same time, it is nowhere near as good as the Arkham games. So this game was a breath of fresh air. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm still sick. But yeah, Helldivers 2. Holy hell. Like, this game has completely occupied all of my free time that I get, which isn't a whole lot. And, my eyes watering because I feel, here, you talk for a second. I got a cough really bad.
Yeah, Helldivers 2 has been just incredible.
Sorry.
You're all good. Has been incredible. It's been a fun time.
Sick.
Derek is sick as shit, but you know what? That's okay because he's still been spreading democracy across the galaxy with Toby and I.
Goddamn right.
And for freedom and democracy, he's been just chugging through it no matter what. The other day, as we discussed on the last episode, he or maybe the next episode, depending on when we upload this, he was sick as a dog the other night. Sounded like he just chain smoked 3 packs of cigarettes in like 10 minutes.
I couldn't talk, like, at all.
It was rough.
It was like, yeah, go over there, let's get these samples.
Yeah, he sounded like the chocolate lady from SpongeBob. It was rough. Did you say chocolate? I hated chocolate.
Oh, man. Dude, I am having a really, really bad coughing fit right now. Holy fuck.
Swallow some liquids and suppress it.
I'm trying to suppress it.
Anyway.
Yeah, so getting sick sucks, but you know what's awesome is playing Helldivers 2 with your buddies. And you know what's even more exciting about playing Helldivers 2 with your buddies is when you're purposely waiting to respawn a teammate after the timer has disappeared, after you run out of reinforce. You get one every 2 minutes. So, when you're waiting to respawn your friends so you can all extract, and then somebody calls in a cluster bomb that blows your head clean out of your asshole. Oh, God. I wonder who did that. Oh, wait. It was you.
Dude, the fact that friendly fire exists in Helldivers has just set us all up for so much failure in some scenarios, but it's also led for some pretty good gameplay in loops and strategies and stuff like that. As we have discovered, a Hell Pod is the perfect way to take down a Bile Titan.
Oh, yes.
And,
absolutely the only way to do it.
Guys, I don't care how many fucking videos you watch. I don't care how many strategy videos or how to take down Bile Titan videos you watch. I'm telling you right now, none of them mention this for whatever reason, even though it's gotta be known. It's gotta be well known throughout the community that you can do this. But none of them mention the fastest and most efficient way to take down a Bile Titan. And that is to kill one of your your teammates, take their
Your friend mates,
take They're samples, so you don't lose them, or you can grab them afterwards, doesn't matter. And then drop their hell pod right on top of the Bile Titan. And if they hit it, it's pretty much dead. It's insta-kill, pretty much. And nobody says anything about it. They're all like, no, use this fucking ray cannon thing or whatever. Use a 50 kiloton, whatever. I don't know. All these stratagems that you can use. And I'm like, no. Use a redeploy on that motherfucker. And they're dead. Done. You save yourself all the headache.
It's really the only way to it. Like, we've
is.
done it, what is it, like 3-4 times now?
Multiple times. And the first time I ever did it was an accident. And I think that was just with me and Toby. I think it was just Toby and I, and he was just like, fuck it. And he redeployed to me, and I was like, I wonder if this will work. And I did it, and it blew him up.
Works like gangbusters.
It's great. It's phenomenal. And I will say this. I know you have a limited amount of redeploys, so in higher difficulties, obviously I would not recommend it because you have limited amount of redeploys, and if you're going to waste them on a Bile Titan, it's going to be irrelevant because you're going to run into 6 more of them. So you're going to have to do, if you do that strategy, obviously you're going to do it 6 times or more, depending on what difficulty you're on, what mission you're on, and so forth.
We'll test it out eventually, don't worry.
Oh, yeah. For science. We have to for science. And for democracy and for freedom. But if it's just 1 or 2, dude, you're not going to miss those redeploys. Trust me. Just fucking take the chance. Unless you're playing with an absolute scrub, you're not going to need those 2 redeploys or whatever. Just kill them with the fucking hell pod. Trust me. It's going to be fast, efficient, and thank us later. Just thank us later.
Yeah, 100%. This game, God, like I said earlier before I started dying, I know I said it was a breath of fresh air, but then I was acting like I couldn't catch any fresh air. Dude, this game was I know I've only been playing it for like a week, and God, dude, the gameplay is addicting. It does have a bit of a curve because obviously, friendly fire is a thing, and if there's one thing I'm notorious for, it's killing the shit out of people. So that gives me a new level of anxiety while I'm playing the game, so I don't kill somebody, even though I seem to get killed by them more than they do me. But that's neither here nor there. And it doesn't have like a hard learning curve to figure everything out. But what makes it hard is the fact that you are constantly being overrun.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you will sit there and be like, okay, all right, I'm going to pop this stratagem, get my guard dog or get my grenade launcher back or whatever. I'm going to be fine. I have a long life ahead of me. And then, boom, 30 bugs right up your anus.
Yeah. Or automatons.
Yeah. Dude.
And those are worse.
Oh God, yeah. Like, I'm not a fan of the bots yet. I love the bugs just because it really does feel like Starship Troopers, and we're spreading managed democracy throughout the galaxy. I know I've had a couple issues with the game, like that one chat that I sent, or video I sent to you guys in our chat, where like I just was stuck in first person even though I wasn't holding anything. And then it, like, took me clear up to the sky like I was going to drop it in a helipod. No, none of that happened. But then by the time I regained control of my guy, I got a bug arm shoved in my mouth and it came out my pee hole. They are vicious. They're unrelenting. But so are the Helldivers. Dude, this game seriously is so much fun. And it's been a very, very, very long time since I've actually had this much fun with a game.
Yeah, same.
Because I wouldn't even constitute saying like I had that much fun with Destiny 2, even though everybody knows I played that for literal months of my life. But that always just felt like work. Like, it was, the same thing. Oh, we're grinding the same strikes. We're doing this. This, like, you have complete freedom. As long as, like, let's say you choose one of the 40-minute missions, you can go do the main objective, and then you could just dip. Like, you go back, call out your extract. But you could also do side objectives,
You're rewarded for taking that extra time. That's the best part.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you do end up wanting to spend that extra time going to look for samples and stuff like that, trust me, it is worth every second that you quote-unquote waste in this wasteland, it's worth every second of it, assuming you can extract, of course. But like, even if you don't, you still get a little bit of stuff regardless, a little bit of XP, a little bit of credits or whatever. But dude, if you take your time, well, not take your time, but if you are efficiently taking your time and scanning the whole like back to front map, dude, like Derek was saying, you got side missions, you got samples that you can collect, you got like different outposts and stuff that you can collect stuff at, different bug holes you can close, like, and all of that is going to reward you in the long run. Trust me, I was doing a mission with some randoms the other day, and it was probably, I'm pretty sure it was the first one I've ever done with randoms that didn't have another one of my friends in it as well. But they had bumped it up to a higher difficulty than I was used to. However, they scanned this whole map. They were just like, they were looting and shooting, dude, just fucking like gone, like quick as fuck. And we extracted with tons of rare credits, tons of standard credits or commons or whatever. And I got a shitload of XP. Like, I leveled up one whole time, and then I had a little under halfway of my next bar. I was like, dude, how the fuck? Like, it was crazy, but...
They were probably using the armor that allows you to just, whenever you put a ping on the map, it scans it. So you could just ping, 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 and just scan out a whole path, and then it'll start highlighting places of interest, or, like, if there's bugs, or, you know, or other objectives around there.
Well, shit, we need to start doing that.
Yeah, that doesn't... I think that unlocks in page 7 of the War Bond stuff. Not 100% on that. But, yeah, God, there's so many thoughts that I have with the game. It's anxiety-inducing, of course, because you're constantly being chased. Like, they're like... We've even had it, like, where it's like... I remember the other night, it was like, yeah, we've got 10 revives in 10 minutes. Let's go take this outpost. Well, then, like, 5 minutes and 2 revives left. It's like, okay, we made a fucking mistake. Like,
we need to go.
Yeah, it's so unpredictable that you don't it's like, oh, this is just gonna be a little bug hole. Nah, there could be 1,000 bugs down there. You don't know.
Yeah.
God, this game, it's so good right now, and I know it's only just about the end of February. Easy candidate for Game of the Year, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I don't see anything coming out right now, at least even in the announced games, that are going to compete with this.
Yeah, and one thing that's awesome about it that a lot of people don't realize, this isn't like a $70 game like everything has been lately. It is $40.
That's it.
And if so much.
And if you get the deluxe edition too, you're still spending less than a full game, or a full priced game that you would from a AAA company. Like, even if you get the deluxe, which I did, I mean, obviously it's tax season. I just got my taxes back. I was like, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it, because why not, dude? It's still, even after the deluxe edition, and even if you wanted to spend a little extra money on some super credits, you're still spending less than a $60 to $70 game. Like, what?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And another thing that has been really awesome about this game too is the company. Arrowhead Game Studios, they've been super transparent with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they just outright came out. It's like, hey guys, look, we did not know the game was going to be this successful. That's why we're having server issues. So we've got to work on that. So they posted on Twitter or X or whatever that, like, they were gonna delay the roadmap so they could get the game running efficiently and then continue to pump out the content. So just the fact that they're not running and hiding, or, God, what was that one game on Steam, like the day before or something? Yeah. Like, it worked on forever, but then it was just like abandoned the second it came out. I was like, whatever. Yeah. No, not the case with this.
And it's mainly because that game, from my understanding or whatever, just ended up not being what the devs had said, or the production company or whatever said it was going to be. It was barren. It was buggy as shit. Like, there was just nothing to do. It was boring. It was just a slog to get through. But, dude, can't say any of that about Helldivers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And granted, if this was a repeated gameplay loop that we have now for, like, a year, maybe I could see it getting kind of dry. But they've already announced, I mean, well, at least as far as I'm aware, they've announced stuff that's coming, like new stratagems that are coming, new types of missions, There's talks about the new faction coming that's from the original game, from Helldivers 1, the Illuminants or something like that. I mean, they've talked about all that stuff. There's going to be some more development with the automatons and how they might be connected to the fucking cyborgs and shit from the lore. And, like, it's just looking really cool. And obviously the whole cyborg thing, that hasn't been announced, but it's in the air, you know, and it's stuff that we can easily see coming to the game. It's something that we can easily see, like, creating a more extended gameplay loop, something that's going to still be fun in a year, something that's still going to be fun in 2 years, and so forth, something they could build expansions for. Like, I could go forever about mission ideas that I thought of the other night. I was like, man, it'd be fun if this was a mission or whatever. And then after I watched that lore video that I told you about before we started recording, I was like, man, that just opened up a world of possibilities for mission ideas that I could think of off the top of my head. And I'm not even a developer, you know, like, stuff that you could use the in-game assets you already have, but just make these other missions and so forth, you know. And we haven't even tried them all because we're still in the lower difficulties. But
yeah, because what your level is it 15 or 16 now?
I literally just hit 16. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I'm only level 10, so even just the amount of time, because obviously, you know, I'm trying to dump more time into it. I really am.
Yeah.
But with just life in general, I got to be patient. And my wife probably doesn't like that. Every night when I get home, it's like, all right, I gotta save democracy.
Democracy's calling. Sorry, babe.
Yeah.
Freedom needs me.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking right there because a joke popped in my head, and then I was like, nope, that's not appropriate. Yeah, this game has been consuming me the last week because the last time we sat down to record is when I first literally read about it, and I was like, man, they're comparing it to Starship Troopers. This has piqued my interest. And then upon playing it, it has only it has met my expectations. I want to keep playing it. Do I get frustrated with it? Yeah, I get frustrated with any game ever.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that's because like I've told you, my brain's hardwired. When I see a shining light, I think it's loot. Thanks Destiny and Borderlands for that.
Yeah.
So those first couple times I was like, oh shit, loot, running towards it. Boom, got killed by a supply drop or something like that. So there is a little bit of learning and rewiring that I'm still and probably will be constantly doing for a long time. Because it is different from other shooters, but in all the best freaking ways possible.
The ammo thing that took some time to get used to, just because I know Toby and we dumped a lot of time into zombies and shit, a lot of time into Warzone, and having your gun automatically reload when your clip is empty. That's just something that my brain particularly was hardwired to know, and also reloading your gun before your clip is empty so you don't get fucked in a gunfight on Warzone or something like that. That's something that I'm just used to doing. So finding out that wastes your ammo, I was like, oh no, dude. I was doing that for the first several matches, and Toby's like, hey, don't reload your gun unless it's empty, and I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah, there is a lot more brain reprogramming that you have to do to play the game, but then once you start to get it, I'll still screw up with the magazine. It's a 50-50 chance now, which is better than the 100% chance of me screwing up with the reload before.
Same.
Once you get in the flow of things, God, I mean, other than that one glitch that I sent to you guys, I've had no issues with this game. Other than being frustrated because, we get bugs pounding our beehole. But that's, I'm assuming, par for the course.
Oh, yeah. That's just how it is.
This game is so freaking good.
Democracy doesn't come easy.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
Sometimes you take a bug tentacle up the beehole. And you know what? You come right back and you freaking show them what democracy is.
Give them a little taste of it. Give them a little taste, and then full force on the Bile Titans with the Hell Pod.
Yeah.
But
and just push their head clean out of their ass.
Yep, all the way through, straight through their intestines, man. That's just how it is. But I don't have really any bad things to say about it. Really, I mean, it's got bugs. It's got some things that they got to kink out. That's just how any game is when they are getting this much success this quickly.
Yeah.
And obviously, that's like just probably some of the best play testing they could have asked for. To be honest with you, they're seeing a lot of stuff really quick, so it might be overwhelming at first, but it's showing them, oh yeah, we got to work on that, we got to work on that, and it seems like you said their transparency has been telling us that they are working on these things, so that's cool. And like I've had a couple of texture glitches and stuff like that. I've fallen through the map a couple times, but even then, even when I have fallen through the map, I haven't had any problem getting back up to where I needed to be. It wasn't like game breaking or anything like that, is all I'm saying. And then there was that one time that you were completely invisible except for your head and your guns that was on the ship. That was kind of fun, but
yeah.
Also, like a couple little things with like it unequipping your emotes or switching your emotes back to the default or victory poses or whatever. But again, minor things, nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated. And the armor as well is the other thing that they already said that they're working on. Is the armor is kind of out of whack right now. But again, you slap on some medium armor and you're pretty much good to go in any situation. At least for the time being, you're good to go. So again, nothing game breaking, but plenty of bugs out there. Both ones that you have to kill and ones that the devs have to kill, and nothing that is too earth-shattering, nothing that is going to make me not want to play the game, that's for sure. And overall, the pros outweigh the cons by a mile. So
oh yeah, like I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna slap a rating that I'd give the game right now, just from the week that I've had playing it. 9.5, easy. Yeah, no, they're a game does, like, not only am I wanting to play this game, but when I'm not able to play the game, because like you're not going to start up a 40-minute match with randoms and have a 4-year-old running around doing God only knows whatever. So like even if he goes up to his room and is playing, I will just be watching videos learning about the game, because there is a lot in there that like you don't, or at least I didn't think about. That's like, oh god, yeah, no, this makes sense, or you should do this instead of that. So I not only am I wanting to play it, I'm wanting to learn about it, and it's been a long time since a game has came out that's like literally, even when I'm not playing it, I'm doing something involving it. So 9.5 easy, even with the bugs, like the very minuscule bugs, I should say. And then, once we figured out how to jump the queue, which Aztecross beat us on that, by the way. He announced that I think it was like 5 days before we had figured that out.
Oh, nice. Actually, I haven't had any queue problems in like a week.
Yeah, since they put out that patch for like the server issues
a couple
and
days.
Stuff. Yeah, I've had no issues. Just boom, right into ship, ready to go.
Yeah, they increased their server capacity to like 800K or something, or 80K, or I don't know. It was some crazy number. They had increased their server capacity to.
Probably 800, because I think it was averaging like 456,000 on Steam.
or 750K or something like that. They raised it pretty high, and since then I haven't had any issues getting in at all.
Yeah. So.
But no, I agree with you though. I don't really look into games unless I'm having a really good time with them. So even when I'm not playing, which I prefer to play with you guys, obviously, I don't really like playing with randoms. I don't really like playing any games by myself, really. That's just not how I play games.
Yeah, this game is like a whole nother fucking level if you're playing solo. I found that out literally my very first mission ever. And I remember saying, I was like, why the fuck did Jacob tell me to buy this?
It's all then
good. By the time you get in there with your buddies or randoms, it's much better, but much better with your buddies.
For sure. And I haven't been in the same ball game as you with like looking into the game itself since probably Warzone. Like Warzone was the last game, and I'm talking early when I got into Warzone. It was probably the last time that I actually invested any time outside of playing the game in the game, you know?
Yeah.
And the only other game I really do that for is WoW, but I still play WoW, so there's that. And that's just a thing. I've obviously for my whole life I've been doing that, but Helldivers is the first in a long time that I've done that for, and I've been having a great time, whether it's watching videos or just playing with you guys or just hanging out in my ship, looking at all the stratagems and stuff every now and then. Just kind of like figuring out how shit works and the terminology and the best ways to do certain things. And yeah, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah. So if you haven't picked up what we're putting down, I'll just put it very bluntly right now.
Go buy it.
Buy this game and play it. Support the devs because they are good. Like, what was it? A team less than 100 designed this game. Yeah. Support them because everything that's going on in the video game industry right now is really sad with everybody laying everybody off. Because was it today? I think it was Sony closed their London studio, which was or they laid off 8 or 9% of their just total workforce, like Sony's total workforce. They laid off. Yeah. We have to support these developers so that we get games like this, because this isn't your run of the mill. Sorry, Jacob. Call of Duty garbage or anything like that.
I agree with you.
It's a breath of fresh air compared to Destiny because its actual progression system is awesome and makes sense. You get to essentially choose what you're doing. It's not, I have to unlock this. Okay. No, you've got pages, you've got options. You can unlock something because spending your bonds or your medals counts total. Yeah. So IGN said in their review, it does not nickel and dime you, and I have not felt that way at all with this game.
Not at all.
So yeah, play this game.
The battle.
Enjoy yourself.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just say this right now, and I know we're getting to the 30-minute mark, but I have been active in the world of not spending $60 to $70 on digital games. Okay, I have been very vocal about that. Okay, and it goes without saying that you shouldn't have to spend the extra money for shipping and handling and packaging and stuff if you're not going to buy a physical copy of a game. Okay,
100%.
However, that's just how the gaming industry has worked forever, and they're having a hard time finding their way out of it because they're so used to being able to spend or charge that much money for their games, specifically Activision and Microsoft and Blizzard and all these other games, Epic Games. They all feel like they can because they have done it for so long. But Helldivers is a perfect example of a game that I would have easily had no issue on whatsoever spending $60 on. 100% would have spent $60 on this game, and I would have been happy with my purchase because it is that much fun. However, they didn't do that to me. They charged what they assumingly thought was fair at $40, and it is still just as good, if not better, than any AAA game that I've played in probably the last 5 years at least. If that doesn't say anything, come on now. Come on.
I know that I still need to play Alan Wake 2 and Spider-Man 2. But games that I played wise, this is the best thing I played since Resident Evil 4 Remake. Easily. Without a doubt.
That's a big old statement right there, too, because I know that game was very well received.
Oh, God. You don't pick up a game and immediately start replaying it once you finish it, unless if you love it, and that's the Resident Evil 4 Remake. It was perfect. It is a 10 in my mind. Helldivers, it's still in its infancy.
Oh, yeah, it's only been out a couple weeks.
Yeah, so I think a 9.5 for just literally having a week to play maybe 8 hours of it is enough. It's only going to get better from here. As long as they keep this business model to not nickel and dime us, Bungie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glad I'm out of that cold grasp.
Yeah, I'm glad you are too, buddy. Can't wait for Blizzard to do the same with WoW.
Shit.
Man. Anyway, that's a whole different ballgame. But I've never once felt any pressure whatsoever to buy anything. There's no pay to win. There's no incentive to buy anything more than you have to play the game, and to play it effectively because you're rewarded for everything that you do in the game. There's no asset store. Like, yes, you can buy super credits for some more armor, but those pieces of armor are completely optional, and none of them have been game breaking as far as I can see. Not to mention, there are other bits of armor that have the same perks or whatever on that armor that you can get just by playing. You don't have to buy them. And that's nice. That's cool. I love to see it. And that's really cool to see. I love it.
It's definitely very gamer focused instead of being developer focused. And so that's why I'm saying support them, buy the game. Like, it's so much fun, and like, yeah, we want more. Like, we're human. We get something good, we want something better. This is fucking amazing. So I don't even know what to top it. But just you could give me more of the same with this. Like, if they're going to introduce new factions, like they talked about swords and mechs and everything, like, it sounds like they've got a good idea where this game is going to go, but they need the community to support it, which thankfully it's getting a lot of support, but we got to make sure it stays that way.
Yep. Keep on going, boys. For democracy, for freedom, for liberty. It needs to happen.
Yeah. I think that's about all I got, because I could just literally talk for probably 15 hours about how, like, just, God, this game is good. God, this game is good. Just over and over again.
Honestly, I could too, but you know what? That's less time that I am actively spreading democracy across the galaxy. So I need to go do that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're right. Bye.
So, yeah. We'll see you guys in the next one, boys. Go spread democracy and freedom, and also tell somebody you love them and all that good stuff. And we will see you guys in the galaxy and on Super Earth and on our ships. Peace. Bye.